How many hours of sleep do you aim for each night?
I usually wake up around 7 a.m. I prefer to exercise in the evening after work. It helps me unwind and de-stress. I aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. My favorite healthy breakfast is oatmeal with berries and nuts.
Do you have a morning routine? If so, what does it entail?
Yes, I do have a morning routine. It usually involves waking up early, practicing gratitude, hydrating with water, and doing some light stretching or meditation to set a positive tone for the day.
What's your favorite way to de-stress after a long day?
I find relaxation in reading a book, listening to calming music, or taking a leisurely walk outdoors to unwind and clear my mind.
How often do you exercise per week? And what types of workouts do you enjoy?
I aim to exercise at least 4 times a week, usually incorporating a mix of strength training, yoga, and cardio workouts to keep things interesting and balanced.
What's your go-to healthy snack?
My favorite healthy snack is a handful of nuts or sliced veggies with hummus. It's nutritious and satisfying.
How do you prioritize self-care in your daily life?
I make self-care a priority by scheduling regular breaks, setting boundaries, and indulging in activities that nourish my mind, body, and soul.
How do you manage your stress levels?
I manage stress through mindfulness practices like meditation, deep breathing exercises, and journaling. Additionally, staying organized and setting realistic goals helps me stay on top of things and reduce stress.
Do you have any morning rituals that set a positive tone for your day?
Yes, starting my day with a few minutes of gratitude journaling and a nutritious breakfast helps me cultivate a positive mindset and energy for the day ahead.
What's your favorite form of relaxation?
I enjoy unwinding with a hot bath, practicing yoga, or simply spending quality time with loved ones.
How do you ensure you stay hydrated throughout the day?
I carry a water bottle with me wherever I go and set reminders to drink water regularly. Infusing water with fruits or herbs also makes it more enjoyable to stay hydrated.
Do you have any evening rituals to wind down before bed?
Yes, I like to wind down by disconnecting from screens, dimming the lights, and indulging in a calming activity like reading or listening to soothing music before bedtime.
What's your approach to maintaining a balanced diet?
I focus on eating whole, nutrient-rich foods while allowing myself occasional treats in moderation. Planning meals ahead and practicing mindful eating helps me maintain a balanced diet.
How do you incorporate physical activity into your daily routine?
I prioritize physical activity by scheduling workouts at convenient times and incorporating movement throughout the day, like taking short walks or stretching breaks.
What habits do you have that contribute to your overall well-being?
Some habits that contribute to my overall well-being include getting enough sleep, practicing mindfulness, staying connected with loved ones, and pursuing activities that bring me joy.
How do you handle setbacks or challenges in your personal life?
I approach setbacks with resilience and a growth mindset, seeking support from friends, family, or professionals when needed. Reflecting on lessons learned and focusing on solutions helps me navigate challenges effectively.
What's your strategy for staying organized and productive?
I prioritize tasks, break them down into smaller steps, and utilize tools like to-do lists and calendars to stay organized. Regularly reviewing and adjusting my schedule helps me stay on track and productive.
Do you have any hobbies or activities that bring you joy?
Yes, I enjoy hiking, cooking, playing musical instruments, and creative writing. Engaging in these activities helps me relax and recharge.
How do you nurture your relationships with friends and family?
I make time for meaningful interactions, whether it's through regular communication, spending quality time together, or showing appreciation for their support and presence in my life.
What steps do you take to maintain a healthy work-life balance?
I set boundaries between work and personal time, prioritize self-care and leisure activities, and communicate my needs effectively with colleagues and loved ones.
How do you practice gratitude in your daily life?
I practice gratitude by keeping a gratitude journal, expressing appreciation for the little things, and reflecting on moments of joy and abundance throughout the day.
What's one thing you do every day to boost your mood?
Boosting my mood each day might involve listening to uplifting music, spending time with loved ones, or engaging in activities I enjoy.
How do you maintain a positive mindset during challenging times?
Maintaining a positive mindset during challenging times comes from practicing self-compassion, seeking support when needed, and focusing on gratitude for what I have.
What is photosynthesis and why is it essential for life on Earth?
Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants, algae, and some bacteria convert light energy into chemical energy, producing oxygen as a byproduct. It's crucial because it's the primary way oxygen is generated, and it provides the energy source for most ecosystems through the production of carbohydrates.
How do plants adapt to survive in extreme climates?
Plants adapt in various ways, like developing deep root systems to reach water, having small leaves to reduce water loss, or even developing thick waxy coatings to retain moisture in arid environments.
What role do bees play in pollination and ecosystem health?
Bees are major pollinators, transferring pollen from one flower to another, facilitating fertilization and reproduction in plants. This process is crucial for the reproduction of many flowering plants and contributes to ecosystem stability and biodiversity.
What are the different layers of a rainforest, and what unique characteristics do they have?
Rainforests typically have a canopy, understory, and forest floor. The canopy receives the most sunlight and houses most of the forest's biodiversity. The understory has less light but is still rich in plant life, while the forest floor is relatively dark and damp, where decomposition occurs.
How do animals use camouflage to blend into their surroundings?
Animals use camouflage to avoid predators or sneak up on prey. They might have coloration or patterns that match their surroundings, making them difficult to spot.
What are the primary causes of deforestation, and how does it impact the environment?
Deforestation occurs mainly due to logging, agriculture, and urbanization. It impacts the environment by reducing biodiversity, disrupting ecosystems, contributing to climate change through carbon emissions, and increasing the risk of soil erosion and flooding.
How do tides affect marine life and coastal ecosystems?
Tides influence the distribution of marine life, food availability, and the structure of coastal ecosystems. Organisms often have adaptations to cope with changing tide levels, like burrowing or clinging to rocks.
What are some examples of symbiotic relationships in nature?
Examples include mutualism, where both organisms benefit, like the relationship between bees and flowers; commensalism, where one benefits and the other is unaffected, like barnacles on whales; and parasitism, where one benefits at the expense of the other, like ticks on mammals.
How do migratory birds navigate thousands of miles during their annual migrations?
Migratory birds use various cues, such as the Earth's magnetic field, celestial landmarks, and even sun positioning, to navigate their long journeys accurately.
What is the importance of wetlands in maintaining biodiversity and mitigating floods?
Wetlands act as natural filters, purifying water and providing habitat for diverse species. They also absorb and store excess water, helping to reduce flooding downstream.
How do coral reefs support marine life and protect coastlines?
Coral reefs provide habitat for countless marine species, protect coastlines from erosion by absorbing wave energy, and contribute to local economies through tourism and fisheries.
What are the differences between a food chain and a food web?
A food chain is a linear sequence of organisms where each is eaten by the next, representing a single pathway of energy transfer. A food web is a more complex, interconnected network of multiple food chains, showing the feeding relationships among various organisms in an ecosystem.
How do animals hibernate and what purpose does it serve?
Animals hibernate by entering a state of reduced metabolism, lowering their body temperature, and conserving energy during periods of food scarcity or extreme cold. It helps them survive harsh conditions when resources are limited.
What is the water cycle and how does it impact ecosystems?
The water cycle is the continuous movement of water on, above, and below the surface of the Earth. It impacts ecosystems by distributing water, regulating climate, and providing essential moisture for plant growth and animal survival.
How do different species of plants and animals coexist in an ecosystem?
Different species coexist through various mechanisms, like niche differentiation, where each species occupies a unique ecological niche, and competition, predation, symbiosis, and other interactions that shape the dynamics of the ecosystem.
What are the effects of climate change on wildlife populations?
Climate change can disrupt ecosystems, altering temperature and precipitation patterns, which in turn affect habitat availability, food sources, and migration patterns for wildlife. This can lead to shifts in species distributions, changes in breeding and nesting behaviors, and increased competition for resources, ultimately impacting population sizes and dynamics.
How do trees communicate with each other in a forest?
Trees communicate through a network of fungal threads called mycorrhizae, which connect their root systems. This fungal network allows trees to exchange nutrients, water, and chemical signals, enabling them to share resources and information about environmental conditions, such as insect attacks or drought stress.
What are the benefits of biodiversity to humans and the environment?
Biodiversity provides essential ecosystem services such as pollination, soil fertility, water purification, and carbon sequestration. It also enhances resilience to environmental changes, improves ecosystem stability, and supports cultural and recreational activities, ultimately contributing to human well-being and the health of the planet.
How do seeds disperse in nature? And what are the different methods?
Seeds disperse through various methods, including wind, water, animals, and gravity. Wind-dispersed seeds often have structures like wings or parachutes to catch the wind. Water-dispersed seeds float and are carried by rivers, streams, or ocean currents. Animals disperse seeds through ingestion and subsequent deposition in feces or by clinging to fur or feathers. Some seeds rely on gravity, falling directly beneath the parent plant.
What are some examples of keystone species, and why are they important?
Examples of keystone species include predators like wolves, sea otters, and sharks, as well as ecosystem engineers like beavers and elephants. Keystone species play a disproportionate role in maintaining the structure and function of their ecosystems. Their presence or absence can have cascading effects on biodiversity, trophic interactions, and ecosystem stability.
How do ocean currents influence weather patterns and marine life distribution?
Ocean currents transport heat and nutrients across the globe, influencing regional climate patterns and weather phenomena such as El Niño and La Niña events. They also shape marine life distribution by creating habitats with specific temperature, nutrient, and oxygen conditions, which in turn affect the distribution and migration patterns of marine species.
How do predators control prey populations and maintain ecosystem balance?
Predators regulate prey populations through predation, which helps prevent overpopulation and maintains balance within ecosystems. By keeping prey populations in check, predators prevent herbivores from overexploiting plant resources, thus preserving vegetation and supporting a diverse array of species within the ecosystem.